Your name is Corvus, and because no one has spoken it in so long that you have nearly forgotten, it has become a watchword within your soul, an object of great importance to you. But among the servants of the Sparrow who still sometimes speak the old tongues of men, you are known simply as the Wayfarer. To them, you're an almost mythical figure, a force of aimless, wandering retribution, leaving behind a weave of destruction like a termite boring endless paths through a wooden wall. You have destroyed their master, and they no longer know what you seek. What you desire is a purpose, a ragged band of survivors to unite, or perhaps failing that, some other realm to protect, some greater vengeance to bring down upon the demons that still stalk among the stars. But though you have crossed the continents of the Seven Nations and forayed into far stranger realms, you cannot find another living soul, only an empire of soulless husks and mindless automatons, hunkered into an endless succession of dark fortresses and ruined castles. You have all but abandoned hope when you come across the first sign, a campfire, weeks old and all but buried. Casting about, you pick up the trail, a series of signals that have been left for only a master tracker to find. You follow the trail for many days, at last finding the source among the broken cliffs of a secluded seaside. She is an old ranger, a she like yourself, and she is in her final hours, the wound in her side reeking of foul poison. Before she succumbs, she tells you all she knows. Across the water lies the Onyx Citadel, the greatest of the Sparrow's fortresses in this realm. Somewhere within its walls, the High Disciple of the Sparrow keeps the Serpent Gate, the path by which the Sparrow and his brothers came to the world, and by which the two elder serpents left in search of other conquests. The old ranger has a hidden boat in the rocks below. It is small, but you will need stealth to make the crossing without being overcome on the water. And so you make the journey, following the path the old ranger laid out for you. Beyond the bridge of Karazhan is a small port, weakly defended, and if you can gain a foothold there, the way to the Citadel will be open to you. You float into the harbor in total silence, oars shipped, cloaked in shadows, barely daring to breathe, but at last you stand upon the docks. You take a deep breath, mourning for the old ranger and for all of your people who are lost, but you also feel a fire burning deep inside you, and you know that nothing will stop you from slaying the High Disciple and claiming the Serpent Gate. And then, the world of Parthors and the stars themselves will be at your fingertips. Welcome to my 100% playthrough of the Wayfarer for Heretic on the Thou Art a Smite-Meister difficulty, played through GZDoom. We are doing all levels with a 1 start, and this is E1M1, Fires of Mourning. Let's begin. So, the map here takes place immediately where the story left off. We are on a dock now, and behind us are several gargoyles who didn't see us, thankfully. And in front of us are several golems. So what we're going to do now is grab the Tome of Power and the Crystal Geode there and make a run across this area. We're just going to ignore all the enemies for the time being as we grab the Quartz Flask there. Then go through here, run across this part, carefully avoid the fire gargoyles there, then go over here, grab a crystal vial if you need it, and then grab a silver shield. That will fire a bit at these fire gargoyles here, but watch out behind you because undead warriors and golems appear, and they will try to ambush you whenever you grab the silver shield and fire at the fire gargoyles. We're going to use the Tomed Up Wand for this encounter because, good heavens, that's a lot of fire gargoyles, isn't it? And they give you lots of wand crystals, so I'm not complaining. One thing you want to watch out for is the knockback of this weapon. It's like really strong. So if you run out of tome power, it's fine. But you don't want to go through the portal just yet, because that'll take you back to the area with the undead warriors from before. Instead, we can go up here and kill this ghostly golem. Grab this one crystal here. Then go into here, grab the gauntlets of the necromancer, and let's zap this fella. And this one too, you know what? Yeah, just like that. We'll grab the time bombs of the ancients here and continue our zappage of these guys. This one too. Grab these crystal vials here. Almost called them wand crystals, but there's another time bomb of the ancients pick up here that we can grab. And now we can go through here, grab more wand crystals. You can drop down here if you want, because there are still some more golems here. And we're finally gonna clear out this area like how I believe the level designer intended. Now, we're probably gonna prioritize the undead warriors first, but if the undead, or rather golems, get in the way, we can prioritize them too. I almost called them undead golem, but I think they're technically undead if they're ghosts, right? Anyways, we're just gonna snipe these nitro golems up here, like so. Then go over here, grab more wand crystals and one geode, or a crystal geode even. So now we have 5 time bombs and a quartz flask, and we can press this switch and get ready for this encounter. Because there are a few golems in here, including some ghostly golems. There's some nitro golems up on these balconies here. There's a tome of power we can grab. We could probably use it, but we'll do that later. For now, we're just gonna try to use these time bombs. And that works. Yeah, get a look at that. If it doesn't outright kill your enemies, it will do a considerable amount of splash damage to them. And that's why you should always use a time bomb of the ancients whenever you have the chance. So now you can kill these nitro golems up here. You can probably go up there if you want. In fact, I'm gonna go up here because that balcony doesn't really have anything unless the nitro golem drops wand crystals, but this one had wand crystals here, and you can drop down here to grab a quartz flask. So what we're gonna do now, we have one more time bomb of the ancients which I saved up. I'm gonna use it right here. And of course, the fire gargoyles will probably survive it, but it's no big deal. You can just snipe them to death. We're gonna zap this guy to death. And while we're at it, we're gonna grab the ethereal arrows from this dead undead warrior. Sometimes the undead warriors will drop them, sometimes they won't. You know how it is. So what we're gonna do now is grab the ethereal crossbow and get a look at what happens when you fire it. Yeah, as you can see, it shoots 5 projectiles instead of 3. And 4 of the projectiles are the little side bolts, but the rest of them, or rather the one, is still the big one. So that means it's great for dealing with corporeal enemies, but for ghost enemies, it's still not the best investment. Besides, these golems drop crystals, so you'll get some of your wand crystal ammo back from that. Anyways, let's go into here and kill this ghostly golem. We'll grab this crystal geode and his quiver of ethereal arrows, and we'll also press this switch to lower this set of pillars down. Now this place will lead to a rather watery area with time bombs, a quartz flask, more time bombs over here, and quite a number of ugly monuments, really. I'm not saying the level design is ugly, but it's quite gruesome, actually. But you want to go through this portal and grab the bag of holding here and go back to this area. Now, the level design is lovely, but the area's theme is grotesque. But anyways, we'll go through here and get a look at this torch that isn't lit. Use it, and you'll be able to go through here. You want to go to this area where this lift upstairs will raise up. and allow you to get the secret with several time bombs, a shadow sphere, and an undead warrior to kill. So now let's go through the portal here. It'll take us back here. And now we have a bag of holding, we can grab more ammo, which is just perfect. Might use it. Speaking of using things, when you go over here, we're going to use the time bombs of the ancients here. Blow up some of these guys. And we're just going to clear out the rest of these dorks with the crossbow. Because, you know, some of the undead warriors will drop ethereal arrows. So in here, aside from monsters, there's nothing else really. But over here, we'll just plant some time bombs there to kill the ghostly undead warrior. Same here. We'll meet a were-dragon who came from this cave here. He has a little bit more health than he does in vanilla Heretic, so it'll take a little bit more to put him down, but he still drops ethereal arrows nonetheless. There's a quartz flask here you can grab. And sometimes, depending on the position of the ghostly undead warrior, he might drop ethereal arrows that you can grab too, but I don't think I'll be able to grab those ones. Oh well. We'll just go through here. We'll turn on the shadow sphere. And we did that because there are ghostly undead warriors here. There are also were-dragons here. We're just going to put some time bombs on them. And use the dragon claw we just grabbed from earlier to kill them. And you know what? Let's power it up. Yes. You can still use the powered up crossbow on these guys because it still shoots fast. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but the ethereal crossbow unpowered shoots a bit slower to make up for the fact that it shoots more projectiles. It still fires fast when powered up though. Anyways, get a look at this stone here and this empty space. What you want to do is use it so you can put the stone into the empty space, and that will open this wall up and allow you to go through here into this area with a mystic urn, a map scroll, and that's pretty much it really. That's all the enemies and all the kills. And since we're doing a one start of each level, the mystic urn might not be as useful to me as it would be to some others. But anyways, let's just go through here and finish the level. There it is, the Fires of Mourning, E1M1. So, this level is short, but it's also pretty fun. Now, some of you might be wondering, why did I use Smite-Meister? Why am I playing with Smite-Meister instead of Black Plague? If only you knew. If only you knew. But, anyways, we are done with this map. Stay tuned for the next one, where we go into E1M2, the Jade Baths. But until then, toodaloo.